We're going to call the meeting to order. What time is it? Can somebody tell me?
1:30.
1:30.
So, Cristina Duarte,
Present.
JJ Orlando Navarro,
Present.
Viviana Frank,
Here.
Roberto González, Valerie González, Ruby Rangel, Nidia Robles,
Present.
Francisco Reyes.
Present.
Okay.
Are there any public comments that anybody show up?
No.
Did we miss somebody back here in the city?
Luis Vasquez, he's a planner from the city, so I have had him come in.
Hi, Luis. Hi. You want to join us? Okay. Interim presence. That's me. So I'm going to give a little bit of a report. First, really important, we got a call from Andy Guardiola, who has been speaking to the IRS agent who is performing. He's been asking some questions. As you know, we had to give him home addresses and all of that. The next item that came up, and the final item that came up, was that when he looked at our certificate of formation, the words for charitable purpose, which is what if we're not, that you're supposed to say them in your formation documents, even though everything that we do is, you know, for the public good. It's like charitable purposes. And charitable means not just giving, it's all the jobs, you know, services, it's whatever it is that you're doing, right? So we had to amend our certificate of formation to include that, and the amendment was done according to in the certificate of formation and all the articles. The article on amendments, because this is by resolution under the transportation code, we have to follow that amendment procedure, and it's one of two ways. Either you go to council an amendment, or the city itself can amend whenever they need to amend. So we needed to get permission to amend, which we did. Attorney Joaquin Rodriguez said, yes, make the amendment how you need it. This is, you know, it was confirmed by email. And that's all we're doing. And if you want to read that? Yeah, the resolution. Article 4, paragraph 401, we're going to add H, because there's all these very, and I will pass these around now. Of course, here's the email that says, this is a copy of something else. These, if anybody wants to see the articles, they're all right here. And it's really that's what this is. So, first, is there anything that I said that I need to? Is everybody good with what I explained? Okay.
Received written consent from the City of Laredo by and through its Assistant City Attorney that Laredo Center for Urban Agriculture and Sustainability, Lucas, initiate all reasonably necessary steps to submit an amendment to Certificate of Formation made to the Texas Secretary of State for the purpose of completing the application by Lucas for federal tax exemption as a 501c3 organization. The amendment added language requested by Revenue Agent of Internal Revenue Service in connection with the organization. The organization is organized exclusively for charitable purposes, including for such purposes the making of distributions to organizations that qualify as exempt organizations described under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code or a corresponding section of any future federal tax code. This resolution is made end quote. And then this resolution is made so as to comply with relevant sections of the Texas Business Organizations Code in connection with the procedures for amending a Texas nonprofit organization.
That's basically, in a nutshell, we're adding this clause to those documents. And you want me to?
And then recording.
As well. But, so we have under for corporate purpose and authority, this is missing the word charitable. So that's what we're putting in there. And here it is, if anybody wants to look at it. So, any discussion?
I think this is the next step to get things done.
Yeah, we should be getting our determination letter right after this. Okay? And the reason we had to hurry up is that they gave us to the so anyway, so thank you for everybody for coming. No discussion?
And who signs on this?
And then I'll sign the amendment online. Like you go to the Secretary of State, and I mean you can do that too. But do you know? Have you ever done that?
I have not.
Okay.
I did look into it.
Maybe, would you like to? Well, we have to do it right after.
Doesn't it take 2 to 3 months to get it?
No, that's the IRS. That's
Oh.
what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid going back in the line. We should be getting our. In fact, they don't even want copies of this. What they want is they put it on you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If you, they say that you, this is what you need to do, and they're assuming that you need to do it. And if you didn't do it, you've perjured yourself. So you don't want to go. In the state of Texas, yeah, Secretary of State. Sorry. Anyways, so I guess we'll call for the question. And send an amendment certificate, I guess, to the Secretary of State.
As stated.
What was the amendment for?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying that yourself.
It's okay. So the IRS, we've been trying to get our 501c3. We need our 501c3 as a organization, even though we're essentially part of the city. For our own.
501c. Mhm.
Otherwise, we would have to get the city to apply and
Right.
do it as the city.
Correct.
And it's a lot of time and effort and
Right.
get in line because there's 20 people who want grants or
Right.
need grants done
Mhm.
with our single grant guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do it up until, we started the process about 4 months ago, I guess. We could never do it before because there was a clerical the
The application.
no, not the certificate of formation, but the application for nonprofit status in the state of Texas, which you have to do.
Right.
It's Texas IRS, but the city had done it, and we were trying to get them to take that out so that we could come in and put it in as the organization. And they said, okay, otherwise they were going to have to submit all of this stuff.
Right.
Get this. The work for us, he's been amazing. He's been dealing with the IRS agent that was assigned to our application. There was two things. One has already been done. He wanted everybody's addresses to their home who were on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wanted, the second thing that he came back, he said, I know so that's what all this is about. And it's real easy to do. We got permission from the city to do it. It's documented, and that's what this resolution is for.
And the 501c is going to be under Lucas. Right?
LCUAS.
Right. And then whose name is going to be under? Because I know, because I'm dealing. Under the. And let me
Well,
tell you.
it's the board.
And let me tell you what. Yeah, the board. Because if somebody leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and then we want to try and apply for another grant, then wait a minute, that person's not on that name. So I guess it's best that we put, like you said, board members in case somebody.
We
doesn't
can
apply.
amend, and in fact, they gave us the ability to do that, to amend the agent.
Okay.
We are the agent.
Okay.
President or secretary or whatever, we can, and once a year you're supposed to file the differences.
Correct.
So that's coming up in December.
Right.
When we file, you're supposed to file the current
Okay.
people on the board.
Right.
So
Right.
it's $1 or something,
Yeah.
literally.
Okay.
So anyways,
So I have a question.
mhm.
So are we going to be able to register like at sam.gov?
Yes,
as LCUAS?
absolutely, yes.
So we're going to have to do that after. all this is
Yes,
done.
like
No, it's a UEI, unique something identifier number that they're using.
oh my God, I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
it changed recently. It changed.
Yeah, we used to do it like
Yeah.
as a private entity. We had, not us, another company.
So that's another process we're going to have to go through.
Mhm.
Which is ahead.
Yeah. Call for the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Since we already did roll call, I'm going to say all right. So let's, for the record, show that Mr. Flores came in.
Yes.
No, Mr. Gomez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gomez. Gomez,
That way they can look for somebody else at the park.
Parks, Flowers. Mr. Parks, okay. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay, and all right, so The second thing that I wanted to report on was that right before days before, we participated, we wrote a letter, which Bobby Gonzalez, Roberto, who's the treasurer, signed. And this is in for the urban canopy grant. You must be familiar with
Yes.
it. Anyways, and it's a grant that they went in, it was like, you can receive up to $50 million for your city, no match. Part of Laredo, which I'm sure everyone knows where that is. We spent a lot of time helping them figure out like where there was certain areas, Able City did, where there was certain areas that they could like put these trees in the city. And there's certain things that you can't do as part of the grant, but LCUAS, we sent in a letter that says that, and I'll pass it around, it's front and back. So organization is in line with what this grant wants to do, which is canopy and trees. And if you look at one of the things that we're it fits right into one of the things that we're supposed to be doing, which is cultivate water, soil, and air sustainability opportunities. What we would be doing is helping them with workshops on how to irrigate them so that they have the best chance of survival. And the grant provides monies for that. So LCUAS would receive monies to be able to do those workshops. And then what the letter says is that if this grant comes in, then that's when we'll do the letter of agreement and resolution and all. What the grant is, it needs to do, what the grant monies are meant to do is to help facilitate the workforce and the maintenance monies to be able to do that. And the Bay Road is also part of the Parks Department, is also going to have workforce training and opportunities, and LCUAS would be one of them. So that is just a report I just wanted to give.
Did they meet the deadline? I know they were.
Yes, they met the deadline and we're in, and it was really crazy because like if you had already started the process, you were in. If you had not, yeah, it was pretty crazy. So
Able City.
yeah,
That was
so
amazing.
hopefully, I don't know how much will come in, but I mean, I have to. Outfit at risk did an amazing job. Trish Cortez corralling and getting everybody to sign. And it's really a great thing and a once in a lifetime opportunity for our city. Anyways. Do you sign this?
Yeah, I just
Okay. Oops.
Okay, so now for the secretary report. So I just wanted to go over a little bit of our last meeting. We saw Myra from TAMU Student Conduct, and she brought a couple professors from who sort of had experience doing that. Possible partnerships with TAMU on that. So sort of, I think they want some involvement in their gardens, and also one thing we can think of is you post an event or something, and it's meant for TAMU students that are actively looking for volunteer opportunities. So if you all are, and I know they have an event that they do yearly called Make a Difference Day. Just collaborate with them and keep Laredo beautiful. I know they were talking about wanting to incorporate more food gardens in the community. So maybe we can explore some opportunities for that. And then I also just wanted to congratulate you all on the 2 days, and I heard really positive comments and feedback from other people. So congratulations on all of that, and let us know how we can sort of integrate or institutionalize a lot of that momentum that you all have going. So just want. So that's pretty much my report.
I guess we'll forego the treasurer's report for now. We'll move it on to the next meeting. Jose?
Yes. Well, I just want to report that in the last meeting we mentioned that we joined our efforts and applied for a grant. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Well, I don't have too many details about that. Just basically, we got the notification that we'll look out for that, and hopefully we apply. It was through Feeding America.
Feeding America.
Mm-hmm. It was going to be a partnership with the South Texas Food Bank. But hopefully I'll get some more
Did
details.
they give you? Oh, they haven't.
No, I haven't received any feedback, but I requested it. I want to know, and I'm also want to.
About the symposium, I had the opportunity to meet Bella Good, and we are now collaborating. They are giving us mycelium to use it in the garden. Also, we just started collaborating with Laredo Food Not Bounds, so we're going to 2 or 3 weeks. And also I want to thank Mr. Gomez, Coach Gomez, because his people, in particular Ms. Victor Navarro, City Forester, and myself have been working a lot in the garden for the past month. We are renewing the whole garden.
Anything else we need resources, you let us know.
Thank you very much. And that's pretty much we have a meeting today. We are collaborating. We are in a coalition with the RISC in the Azteca neighborhood. We have been working a lot on that matter also. That's another grant opportunity that we are pursuing.
Speaking about that, if I could soon, because the idea is not for City Makery to be the lead, it's for LCUA. I'm going to transfer I'm going to tell the Methodist Healthcare Ministries, the lead organization on this coalition, is going to be it. And hopefully we'll get the $1 million for this. Okay, you're next.
Yeah, Food Policy Council update. Thank you for attending. It was a good turnout. We had 60 attendees the first day and around 50 the second day. We had a panel discussion where we invited the Texas Department of Agriculture to come, and we had Mark Winnie and Marcela Juarez, who's our painted a picture of food access issues in Texas and Laredo, and Dr. Chamberlain as well. Community survey, the community yeah, the first time doing it in over a decade. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, like Jose Luis, Laredo Food Not Bombs, so now they're able to go and collect shares vegetables that are from their garden, and then also the Bella Gourmet partnership. What else? I got to talk to some small farmers that I had never met before, and they talked to me about different issues that they have with selling. Very insightful, and one lady kind of told me a lot of people don't greens that they grow. So like they're like, oh, I don't like kale, but she said she would make a soup with kale in it and they would gobble it up like they loved it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people just don't know really how to use vegetables with cooking. And then another issue is preserving because they don't know those techniques for preservation. So I think those are some things that we're already kind of aware of, but something to think about in terms of workshops in the future. On that note, another project that we're currently working on is the La Azteca neighborhood, and that is because of we're participating in the first phase of the Methodist to engage the community and involve them and give them a leadership role. So we're working on that, and we're having a lot of meetings with the residents there, and we're actually having one tonight at 6 p.m. if anybody would like.
But it would be great if somebody from the health department came, because we're going to go over the presentation.
He's not from the health team.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You know what? Okay. Maybe somebody else should take over this meeting today.
Yeah,
we need somebody.
It should be quick. There's a storyboard activity that's due for the 14th. There's like a mandatory the presentation with the residents of La Azteca, and I think it's just going to be 3 or 5 that will show up.
Okay.
I think it's important to note that part of the component of what is being proposed, and this is coming from them. This is the people who live there are forever to go get food, and they're also they don't have a meeting space. Every time we meet, we're having to meet outside at the park. Then thirdly, they want to, a lot of them, out of all the people, Garito, grow vegetables. They realize they need a place to meet because they don't have one. And then what we thought we could add was a certified kitchen space in that meeting room space. Certified kitchen where people can cook and serve to the public there. And then I don't know if this is something that you all do, but you know how you do those meals, those like you show people how to cook and
Where it does, yeah.
yeah, do you those kinds of meetings there?
At the
Because they
Mercadito.
can't make it. They can't.
You're talking about the Mercadito, right?
I'm talking
Like
about
if it potentially
If
gets
it
built.
went,
Built.
yeah, if-
Yeah, I'm sure we can speak
Yeah.
to Wick.
Because I was also thinking of
Living.
healthy living courses.
You could definitely give a course there.
Yeah, as long as we don't have funding in our grants to do those cooking demonstrations, but if there was monies provided to us, we'd be more than happy to go and do that.
okay.
And also, you know, if he would, if you or to tell the residents about his class.
Really, all of this fits into, we figured it out, like a 2,000 square foot space to fit those needs for that neighborhood. It's walkable for a lot of the people who live in this sector. To do this, we want to make sure that, like, we're not over-promising something and that this is coming from the people in the coalition and you're part of that coalition. So yes, we can do this here or something like that. You know, if the funds are provided for you. And the food, I mean, obviously there'd be food.
That's a given time, but cooking we would have to ask Wick. So we do ask, we'll let you guys know for sure.
If you can do it off premises.
If they can do it.
It was just our next food policy council meeting is next week on Thursday. I'll be sending out an email and a Google invite, so just keep an eye out for that.
The other question that's going to come up for this grant is idea for this, the use of these monies is if this Mercadito can do SNAP and but however, how do you all certify places to do it?
Yeah, the Mercado. It's not up to Wick or them. They would have to submit it through SNAP, and if they get approved, they have to go through. Go from there.
Yeah, farmers market was. And you do have to apply for it, get accepted, and then there is like $100 monthly fee
To them?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
whoever. To be able to offer that service to the community, but we ended up stopping it because
You didn't sell them.
we wouldn't. A lot of people, nobody was using SNAP at the farmers market, but this is a different program.
Okay, well,
But once
So
that
we
is
get that.
like, if that is put together, I can also help with some guidance and help them with like the application and all that. If that is something they are looking for.
sure. Nomination for the active, we always forget this. At least I do. Does anybody know someone that is and environmental services representative? So we need one per, really? I thought we just needed one. You in and did all of that.
I don't know if we got to it in one of the last meetings.
So shall we do that just to make sure? Would you like to tell us something about yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sí, no, creo que sí se hizo cuando
Okay.
Yeah. Are you making the nomination?
You are making the nomination. I don't nominate, I'm the president.
Federico. Federico Elizondo, I nominate him to be academic representative.
As of 3 months ago. Can we do it retroactively?
3 months
To
ago.
go.
Okay.
I second.
Okay, all. Okay, we did?
No.
We need a second for the resolution, if we can open that one back up.
Oh, yeah, I made the motion.
He made the motion.
Mr. Flores.
Mr. Flowers.
That's probably what you were thinking, flowers.
I know.
You see him, I think flowers.
Right now, with this heat, there is no flowers.
Motion to adjourn?
So move it.
So move.
Thank you again for coming today.